Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, and today I am going to be going over my natural hair routine. I remember when I first went natural, I watched a lot of these videos and it really honestly inspired me so much to continue on my natural hair journey, even when I didn't feel the prettiest or when my hair was acting really unmanageable with me. So I just wanted to make this to give you some advice on how to take care of your hair, and two, give a little bit of inspiration to continue, because when I first started my natural hair journey, I did not think my hair would ever get as long as it is now, and I'm very happy with how my hair looks today. So I'm going to start at the beginning. I would say my natural hair journey started somewhere after middle school. So beginning of high school, like 9th grade, I went into 9th grade and I was transitioning. Prior to this, I had always had my hair was always texturized, and if you don't know what texturized means, it's just a less harsh form of a relaxer. It doesn't make your hair pin straight, but it definitely makes it very stringy and more of like the crinkly, wavy type look than like the pin straight relaxer look. So I had always had that growing up from like 2nd grade until the 9th grade, and I think my 9th grade year, after watching a lot of natural hair YouTubers, I decided that I wanted to go natural. And so I didn't let my mom texturize my hair for a good 9 months. I remember I transitioned all of my 9th grade year and all of my 10th grade year. So it was actually way over 9 months. So I transitioned for almost a year and a half because I did not want to have extremely short hair. I do not recommend going that long transitioning because it was very, very hard to manage the two separate textures. It was extremely hard. I remember the only hairstyle I ever did during my transition phase was a slick backed ponytail. At night, I would wash my hair, put some conditioner in it, put in this pink lotion leave-in conditioner, and I would put my hair in 2 pigtail braids, and then in the morning I would take the braids out so my hair had some kind of wave to it, because mind you, again, those stringy parts did not curl. They would only like crinkle if I braided them, So I would take those braids out in the morning, and I would put my hair in a slick back ponytail with some crinkly ass ends, and I would go to school. And I did that for over a year and a half. And although I don't recommend transitioning that long, ultimately my hair did grow very long. My new growth grew about to just below my ears, and that's not very long, but it's long enough that I was comfortable cutting it and having just a short little fro. So I think I had my hair just in that like natural curly, just really healthy state for about a year before I decided to do something terrible. I decided that I was going to bleach my hair. I had been wanting to dye my hair for the longest, and my mom never let me. She never let me have any hair dye in my hair growing up, which, looking back on it, I really appreciate that, because having a texturizer and, bleach and dye in my hair would have absolutely made me bald. I know it. It's weird because she always let my sister do it to her hair, but I don't know, maybe it's because I was a little younger. She just didn't want me bleaching my hair. But at this point, I had already cut my hair by myself. My mom didn't really want me to do that either, so I figured, you know what? I'm just gonna go get my own bleach and hair dye and do my own hair. And so I went in my bedroom and I bleached my hair, and I absolutely ruined my hair. It was terrible. It was a terrible orange color. I left super dark roots. There was no like ombre effect like how I was going for, and it was terrible. And I had to learn my lesson. because I, at this point, am still growing out that terrible bleach job. Not only did it loosen my curl pattern and make it more damaged, my hair was extremely dry after the bleaching. It was much more unmanageable, and it just didn't look as healthy at all. My hair, over the course of a year after bleaching it, had thinned significantly, and it was really just super unmanageable compared to when it was completely healthy virgin hair. So that's one thing I will tell you not to do, is do not bleach your hair. And if you do not do it by yourself in your bedroom when you're like 16 years old, because you're gonna ruin your hair for sure. The color obviously did fade, and now I would say it's more of like a really light brown, blondish type color, but still it's still very damaged, dry hair. It still curls almost exactly like the rest of my hair does, but it's very dry, and so I'm really over having it on my ends because it really does just make it a lot less manageable. But I have over the years cut off a significant amount of the bleach to the point where I'm almost bleach free. I think by this time in maybe 6 months I'll be completely bleach free because I'll cut it off. But I've cut it off slowly. Some people would have just big chopped, but I couldn't big chop again. I really worked hard to get this length. Okay, so getting on to what I have done to grow my hair. One of the things that I started noticing about like a year and a half after my big chop was that I felt like my hair was staying the same length. Like from the big chop to the shoulder length, it was so quick. It was probably the span of maybe 3 months to get from like to my ear to my shoulder. But then when I got to my shoulders, I feel like it stayed there for like over a year. And, you know, that might have something to do with the fact that I had bleached it, and so it was kind of breaking off at the same rate it was growing. Or it could have something to do with the fact that your ends are rubbing against your shoulders now, and so it's like very hard for it to not break. But either way, I noticed that my hair was staying at the same length, and I really thought, you know, I'm going to big chop my hair and then in 2 years it's going to be down to my ass. No, that is not the reality of growing out natural hair. That might be the reality for somebody with straight hair, but with hair like mine that's, you know, dry and curly and prone to breakage, it's not that way. And so I really started getting into watching YouTube videos. I had nobody in my life who really had hair like mine, and I really had to teach myself what to do. So I started going ham on deep conditioners. I started using a wide tooth comb, and I just really started to not, like, I didn't straighten my hair at all, really, except maybe once a year. For the past, 2 years, I probably only straighten my hair once a year for the past 2 years. And little by little, this has helped me achieve some growth. But I think the thing that's held me back the most was definitely the bleach on the end of my hairs, because even if my hair was growing, because my ends were so unhealthy, I still had to cut off like a couple inches every couple months, and that makes it so that you don't really see your growth as much. But since I got recently to the point where I had grown out my hair enough to straighten it and cut off a significant amount of the blonde, I think my hair in the past 4 months has grown more than it did all last year. And I'm going to tell you how I did it. So after I had straightened my hair back in September, I want to say, I straightened my hair back in September because it was like getting a little colder and whatnot. And my hair was super long. It was waist length back then, which my hair has definitely been longer than waist length before, but this was the longest my hair was ever in a long time. So I think back when I was transitioning, my hair was longer because for some reason when I was transitioning, my ends didn't break off. So I had a lot of new growth and I had a lot of transitioned ends. So my hair was past waist length when I was done transitioning, but this is the longest my hair had ever been natural. And so I straightened my hair. I saw how long it was, and I enjoyed it for like maybe 2 weeks. But at the end of the 2 weeks, I was like, you know what? These ends look like literal hay. From the color to the feeling to the dryness, like my hair looks like hay. And so I went from waist length to probably, here, I'll say it like this. My hair, after I straightened it, was like a little under my boobs. And then after I finished the cut, it was like above my boobs. So I cut off probably a good 3 to 4 inches of just the blonde hair. And it was a blunt cut. And the blunt cut definitely helped. Because one, it got off a lot of the dead ends. And so my hair was a lot healthier, a lot more manageable. Secondly, I had been cutting my hair in layers, like from the very beginnings. From the very first big chop, I had cut my hair in layers. And yes, it was nice to have like all the volume that came with the layers, but it definitely was hard to manage because when you're detangling, having all those different lengths of hair was always, the hair was always tangling together, the strands were always tangling together, and so it made detangling a nightmare, whereas now that my hair is one length, detangling is a lot smoother. So that's just another thing if you're thinking about getting layers. If your hair is not completely healthy and you get layers, it's definitely gonna be harder to detangle. But after I got this really blunt cut, that's where I am now. So now I have not straightened my hair since August, which that's not really that big of a deal. I've gone way longer without straightening my hair. I haven't straightened my hair since August, and all that blonde has been gone. So what I have been doing to go like basically beast mode on the hair growth aspect is I have been protective styling for the last 3.5 months. And I've been protective styling with my own hair using mini braids. I started the mini braids back in November. I think I saw a video on YouTube. I'm not quite sure. I found quite a few of them. I feel like it was like not a trend, but it was just like a video from multiple creators that I saw going around about like protective styles and specifically mini braids and how they help like really just amp up your hair growth. And so I started doing that because I had just moved to a new state in a drier climate, and I just didn't want to have to worry about doing my hair every day before work because that takes up a lot of time. If you have curly hair, you know, if you want to do your hair, it will take like literally an hour in the morning. So I just wanted to do mini braids and, only have to do my hair once every 2 weeks. And so that's what I've been doing for the last 3 months. I'll do the mini braids. I'll clarify my hair. I'll do the mini braids. I use grease, Jamaican black castor oil, and like a twisting butter. And I'll put that in my hair, and my hair is good to go for literally the next 2 weeks. And it has been the greatest thing ever. My hair is extremely thick now, and my hair has always been very thick. I have very high density hair, and so I always had very thick hair. Even when I had the texturizer, my hair was always pretty thick. But I definitely think even without layers or anything, my hair is very, very thick. I have a lot of volume when my hair is out. So I think I can attribute that to the protective styling I've been doing for like the last 3 and so months. My hair has definitely grown over over 3 inches, I would say, in the last 3 months. And I know some people be like, your hair doesn't grow 1 inch a month. Mine definitely has, because I have been tracking it. And so I'll track it like based on where my hair falls at my body, and I can see that my hair has like visibly gotten way longer, not only when I stretch it, but like even when it's just down curly, my hair is way longer now than it's ever was last year. And I just cut my hair not even like 5 months ago, like back in September. So my hair has gotten much longer using this protective style method. So I'll rock the braids for about 2 weeks. They'll get a little frizzy, but I don't mind the frizz. I feel like it gives it a boho look. Sometimes if I'm not feeling the frizz and I have a few more days to go before I want to wash my hair and do the braids, I'll put on a scarf or something, and I've been rocking that look too. I've just really been enjoying the freedom that comes with doing a protective style, and I've been enjoying just keeping my hands out of my hair and letting it be healthy again. This is the healthiest my hair has been since I did my big chop back in like 2019, 2020. So yeah, I definitely think if you are looking to just restart your hair growth journey or revamp it or whatever, or even just start it, I think you should definitely get a good, nice cut, whether that's a big chop or just cutting off like 3 to 4 inches of dead, like damaged hair. You really should just get a nice, clean, blunt cut, put your hair in protective style for like 3 to 4 months, and you'll see how drastically changed your hair is. I would say always keep up with oiling it. My favorite oil is Jamaican black castor oil. It is my favorite oil. I use it for my hair, I use it for my eyebrows, I use it for my lashes. It is my favorite oil. For some people, different things work. Some people with different hair types really like argan oil. That's never been really great on my hair, so I can't say that. Or like coconut oil has also never been really good on my hair. And I know some people, they hate grease, but grease has always worked really well on my hair. So just that part is trial and error, but I feel like for the majority of the natural hair community, Jamaican black castor oil works really well on their hair, especially if you're somebody who does long-term protective styling. So if you're going like 3 months with just back-to-back, then you should definitely look into using Jamaican black castor oil, not only to like put it in the protective style, but to moisturize it throughout the span in between washes. Alrighty, and that is my hair growth journey thus far. I'm going to be putting more videos out in the natural hair realm because I just have a lot of experience in it, and I play a lot in my hair, so I'm just going to keep recording when I do that. My next video most likely my next video is going to be me installing my protective hairstyle. I'm going to walk you through how I do that. And then, let me know what other videos you'd like to see from me. Please subscribe. I'm really trying to get through 1,000 subscribers within the next 2 months. That's my goal right now. My channel is new, but I am really looking to try to be in the natural hair community, YouTube type realm. And so I'll be putting out more videos that are like not a voiceover. Just let me know what you would like to see. Please subscribe, like, comment, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.